Alright guys, welcome back to a Fistful of Tangoes. I'm your host for today's 1v1 matches. Big shout out to LD who's been doing a fantastic job commentating all these 5v5 matches from the Beyond the Summit Weekend Cup, but we're here for some fun 1v1 action. It is now time for S4 versus Synderen. We're down to 3 players here in a Fistful of Tangoes. We've had I can't even count. We've had 5 players knocked out. Funnick, Kuroki, Merlini, Sing Sing and Korok. S4, Synderen and Fear remain. We've got Fear awaiting the winner of this match in the grand finals. Synderen and S4 fighting over another $40 in this matchup, and then the winner of the grand finals takes away another $200. All in all, we've got $700 being given out for this 1v1 tournament, which has been running over the last, 3 or 4 years it feels like. We've had a long break, guys, unfortunately, but we are back. The entire tournament is coming to its epic conclusion this weekend, and well, we've only got 2 matchups left. This one here, and then the grand finals, which will be tomorrow night. Fear versus the winner. We're going to have a quick recap of how we got here for those of you just tuning in. For those of you who aren't familiar with a Fistful of Tangoes, we basically got 8 of sort of 8 very well known. I'm not going to say the best. There are some other names, some who were invited, some who weren't, but these are the 8 names of players who were invited and accepted to play in a Fistful of Tangoes, a 1v1 mid-tournament. We had Merlini, Synderen, Sing Sing, Korok, Funnick, Kuroki, Fear and S4. We had Fear dominating the winner bracket. Synderen had a great run as well there before losing out in the winner bracket finals, but he dropped down and now he's up against S4, who since losing to Fear has not dropped a match. So if anything, it feels like S4, his tactic was, okay, I'll lose in the first round of the winner bracket because that means I get to play more matches in the loser bracket, which means more money for me, because the way the prize money works is you get $40 for every win in a best of 3. So if you're in the loser bracket, you're playing more matches, it means you're getting more prize money, although you want to win that grand finals. And winning the grand finals, which does get you $200, is a lot easier from the winner bracket, because coming from the loser bracket, you have to win 2 best of 3s, whereas the winner bracket, you get the advantage. You have that 1 best of 3 advantage. So much easier to win it from the winner bracket. You have 2 chances to win a best of 3, whereas for whoever comes through this loser bracket, it's a lot harder. Although S4, even if he gets to the grand finals and makes a great way through the loser bracket, he's still walking away with a good chunk of change. He's won, if he beats Synderen, that's 4 series 1 for him, so he still walks away with $160. If Synderen wins this, he walks away with a good chunk of change. He's won what? 1, 2, 2 best of 3, 2 matchups in the top bracket and then 1 in the bottom bracket. So I think what is that? Something like $80 or so. But either way, it's a good chunk of change considering it's 1v1 matchups. They're fast matchups, they're quick and easy, and well, it's a lot of fun. That's really the thing here. The players, they're getting rewards. There are basically reasons for them to play serious. As we've seen, we've had some very highly competitive matchups. Players aren't really taking this as a joke, but the tournament is still fun and lighthearted. That's what's good to remember. We had Sing Sing getting completely destroyed by a fountain in his matchup against Synderen, but it was, sorry, not against Synderen, against Merlini, but it was all in a bit of fun. And here we are, guys. We're going to get right into our matchup for today. Actually, we're going to have a quick recap of the rules, apparently. No Bottle Crow, Soul Ring, or neutrals. You get an extra bit of gold for Courier, and basically the only thing that's really crucial about the rules is how you win and how you draft. You win in the first 2 matches of the best of 3 by getting 2 kills or 2 towers. And the way you draft is you're given 3 possible matchups. You get to veto 1. So 3 of the matchups, you get to secretly veto 1, and whichever matchups are left over, if there's 1 left over, you veto different ones. That's a matchup you play. If there's 2 because you vetoed the same matchup, then it's randomly chosen. There's a coin flip to see which matchup you play. Now, you play both heroes of the matchup. So basically, if one hero has an advantage in the matchup, then both players should win on it. So it sort of takes out that who gets which hero advantage. If you do draw 1-1, then you go to the game 3. The 1v1 Shadow Fiend, only mid. Runes are taken out. It's pure last hitting, pure lane control to decide who wins it. And we're going to just sort of, basically, we'll show you how, I'll run through how the drafting works. So for this matchup here, we have Synderen up against S4. They were given 3 possible matchups. We had Lone Drone versus TA, Leshrac versus Invoker, and Luna versus Windrunner. The matchups themselves were partly chosen by LD and myself. Some were suggested by various players and pros. Some were suggested by you guys, the community. We asked on Twitter, Facebook, what matchups do you want to see? Some of them got put on if they passed the panel. Do pardon my various noises sneaking on through on my Chinese messenger as I quickly close that, and you guys heard nothing. And then the players themselves, they get their input. The ones competing, they say, okay, I don't want to play that hero, I'm not very good at it. Or they say, I don't really like that matchup, I don't fancy my chances. Even if they think it's a one-sided matchup, maybe they want to try play the fairest matchup possible. Or if they think they're an underdog, they leave the one-sided matchups in to make sure they can at least get to that game 3. So we had these 3 matchups. We have Synderen and S4. We'll see which ones they wanted to go for, what they vetoed, what they got to play, and here's what happened. Synderen said, no, I can't play TA versus Lone Druid, or he doesn't want to. S4 says Invoker is not for me. That's a Synderen hero. I mean, Invoker versus Leshrac, I feel like you've got two of Synderen's heroes right there. And that left us with, well, a Luna solo mid. So we're going to see a Luna versus Windrunner matchup. Two heroes that have not been seen in the mid lane in a long time, and neither hero really known for their solo mid abilities, but both very capable lane controlling heroes. Luna with a lot more damage, Windrunner with the longer range, the better harass, the AoE nuke, and also sort of the lockdown from the shackle. But once you get level 6 on Luna, you have that potential to go for those kills on Windrunner. So to me, this was a really interesting and very well balanced matchup, something which I literally thought over for long and long again. I don't really know who wins this. I think Luna has a slight edge because it's really hard for Windrunner to kill the Luna. If Windrunner has a bad early game start, then I think Luna wins. You either get kills or you win on farm and towers. Windrunner has to have early game start. So the first sort of 2 to 3 minutes seems to be crucial for this matchup of S4 versus Synderen. We're going to stop dilly-dallying. We're going to stop talking. I can just talk your ears off all day. We're going to hop right into this game. We're here with 3 players left, S4, Synderen, and Fear. But this is S4 versus Synderen in the loser bracket finals. Luna versus Windrunner, guys. We're going live now. Alright guys, welcome back. A Fistful of Tangoes is here. It's returned. The long-awaited conclusion is all happening this weekend. We're going to find out our 2 grand finalists by the end of today. Actually, this is probably very, very late into today. It is now Synderen versus S4. Fear is awaiting the winner in the grand finals, which will be played tomorrow. We've got Synderen on the Radiant side. He is playing the Luna. And on the Dire side, it is S4 playing the Windrunner. S4 obviously of no Tidehunter. Synderen, formerly of MTW here. He's actually tagged up as MTW. I believe this was played as some people may have mentioned. It was played not so recent past. For those of you guys in the chat, please don't spoil the result if you do know it, as this is a replay, but nonetheless it is a first time being broadcasted. You guys, the first time you get to see it. The grand finals tomorrow will be played live though. S4 versus Synderen is here though. S4 versus Synderen, we're seeing our loser bracket finals, and then the winner of that tomorrow in the grand finals. So Synderen, if he goes on to win up against Fear, or S4 if he goes on to win up against Fear. And we're going to see who's going to be making it there, whether it's Synderen or S4. Synderen, we'll see what he wants to do here. He's gone for a Tango South, 3 branches, so no real agility based items. He didn't go for the Wraith Banner thing. He says, okay, Luna's Blessing with the 3 branches is enough to help me last hit. For S4, he's gone for the Mantle, branches, Tangoes, as well as Healing Salve. He's using this Courier to block the way for him, and we'll see who gets a slightly better block, who gets off to that slightly better start, and it looks like almost even slided to S4 though. He gets it up over onto his side of the ramp here, and that's going to cause Synderen some problem. When he goes into last hit, this is what happens. S4 says, thank you very much, I'll just throw some right clicks at you, as well as getting the last hits in. He gets one last hit and a deny while harassing Synderen. So far, this is really Windrunner's power, the very, very early game. You've got such a great attack animation on Windrunner. It's so easy to last hit and so easy to harass if you time it well and if you play the laning smart. And this is where a player like S4 will look to shine on Windrunner. And that's how Windrunner's got to play this. 4-2, 0-0 CS for City, struggling to start things off here. And he needs to really get into a rhythm. He needs to start getting some last hits here. He's just going to get completely blown out if he's not careful here. And so this is just game number 1 though, so he will have his chance on the Windrunner if he does get defeated here. Windrunner, Power Shot actually gets a couple creeps there. Synderen was going to get a deny him, but wasn't to be as soon as that... Oh, there we go. I thought that was also going to get denied here, but no, S4 slightly late. Synderen does get it. He gets a couple under the tower, so the tower doesn't actually not go against him there, but it's still S4 controlling the lane, throwing power shots, trying to find Synderen. Doesn't actually get the full charge up on the power shot just because he wants to make sure he gets Synderen as well with the power shot. And we're going to see S4 now just look to keep on controlling this lane. 7-2 to the 3-0 of Synderen. We'll have to see if he goes for the fast bottle, if he looks to get maybe some phase boots right off the bat. Definitely phase boots to me seems like the go-to item for Windrunner here. It's just whether or not you want to get the bottle as well. Whether or not you go straight for the phase boots. And S4, he's up to 600 gold now, so he can buy that bottle. Synderen, what has he bought? He picked up something. It's a bottle of his own. So Synderen, he's gone for that more eco build. He started with 250 gold to spare, and he's going to use that to get this bottle of his. So both players get a similar time bottle, but really that means S4 is ahead by a couple of creep kills, and that's what we're seeing here. And Synderen, he's still looking okay now. This is the thing. You lose out on the CS in that first minute as long as you make up for it in the next minute. And that's what he's done. S4 didn't continue to completely dominate, although he will find himself getting some big last hits there onto Synderen, who gets a salve as well as his bottle coming out just in time. S4 going to cop a Lucent Beam here. Mana being used by Synderen, especially now that the bottle has arrived. Where is the rune? It's spawn bottom. Double damage rune as well, so definitely a useful rune to help with the last hits and lane control. S4, there we go. He has gone for the bottle. If he had a point in bouncing Moonglaive there, that would have bounced onto the courier. Probably, I don't know if it would do enough damage. It does do 30% reduced damage, so maybe wouldn't have actually killed it, but that was close. 1 point in Moonglaive, and that could have been a dead courier. S4 going to see that Synderen actually going to be the one who gets this rune, but he's going to use this opportunity to basically get some free last hits here. He gets the deny, and he should be able to get this last hit. Actually mistimes it, as he's probably looking to harass Synderen here from the high ground. Nope, Synderen, he's not buying. Synderen actually going to throw Lucent Beams just to help him harass his S4. Now going to see this DD rune and think, okay, got to play safe, got to really be careful with this point. Actually, he's going to trade hits here. S4, he's about to say, are you actually going to go for this? A double damage Synderen with 3 bottle charges is not a fight you want to be picking right now, although S4 still has lots of bottle charges of his own. Bit of lag coming out. Wasn't expecting that one, as Synderen says, what is going on here? Both players seem to got it. Seems like everything's okay. The players are saying to go 3, 2, 1, pause. There's not so MTW Synderen on the Radiant side. We're going to have to see where he wants to go next. Probably wants to pick up just some boots for himself. Maybe we see something like a Magic Wand. There's a lot of spam is coming out, but then we just got to look for cheap, cost-effective items. Items like Wraithband Braces, maybe even something like a Ring of Aquila coming out for Synderen. The mana regen could help him keep on sustaining these Lucent Beams. With a DD route, he's not worried about lasting on this tower. This is easy peasy. He's not going to miss any of those, and he's now basically on par with Winrunner. 1 CS behind, and that's dead even. It's going to come down to basically the mid-game now. Who can either get a kill, or whether we see Luna just keep on continuing to farm. S4 he's spamming out this wave now. This is where Winrunner can control runes. You spam out the wave with Power Shot, and then suddenly you're guaranteed to get these runes. All Synderen can do is sort of sit back, farm the creeps under his tower, and then he can look to sort of go for the kills with the ultimate, or just keep on farming. It's not like Winrunner, despite getting all these runes and having the Power Shot spam, it's not like Winrunner is really putting huge pressure onto Synderen just yet. He's not really done much damage to the tower. He's not really put Synderen under any danger of getting killed. And the thing is, once Synderen's 6, you can't go diving him under the tower, and we're going to see Illusion Rune come out. So we'll see if S4 can do much with this, but for the time being, defensive play from both. Luna slightly ahead in CS for the first time of the game, so despite that bad start for Synderen, this is suddenly looking like Synderen is doing really well. He could potentially take this game. I talked about him turning things around on the Winrunner side, but it looks like we may have to see S4 if he's not careful, if he doesn't find an opening for some kills here or keep on controlling these runes, which is what's he going to do. He's not actually spamming Power Shot now, but once we get near that 6-minute mark, we'll see him doing that again. He knows that's when he needs to push out the wave, control the runes, but S4, if he loses this, he's got to win the next game playing on the Luna side, although he will have a better understanding of the matchup, how to actually play the Luna side of things. But problem is, Synderen will understand what he needs to do as a winner and how he can win. The game 1 is always the more experimental game. Players aren't always necessarily comfortable with the matchup. This could be basically the first time ever playing a Luna Winrunner 1-to-1 matchup, unless they practice for it. Game 2, it's like, okay, this is where this hero's strength lies, this is where the other hero's strength lies. Let's exploit my strength and make sure that my hero suddenly can have a better game 2 than game 1. So whatever happens, whoever wins game 1, game 2, you'll see both players playing the hero they're on slightly more strategically as they have a better understanding of the matchup. For the time being though, S4 has managed to overcome Synderen's CS once again. He's now actually 6 CS ahead, so sizable lead here. Synderen does get to that level 6, so the ultimate now coming into play. Problem is, he's got this bottle, he hasn't got any charges for it. S4, well, smartly so, pushes out the way with some Power Shot spam here. Synderen's going to camp and hope. He gets it. He gets a haste rune, and he's got ultimate, so this could be danger for S4. He's going to run towards the bottom lane. Problem is, if Synderen catches up with him, oh, he knows he's going bottom rune. Synderen's just going to go diving for this kill. This could be the death of S4. Oh, S4, you do not know what's coming. He needs to hit a shackle shot. He's going to try fog him, but he's not. Oh, the best fog of S4's life. I don't think actually Synderen, he's going to keep going for this. He needs a Lucent Beam here as well. Winrun is not up, and S4, he doesn't hit the shackle shot. Synderen's still chasing. Needs a Lucent Beam. Synderen's still going. He's got this haste rune. S4 is just juking out of his mind. Oh, the trees. The trees. It should have been a kill. Synderen was on top of this. S4 was on the low ground, and he used this one single tree to juke him. He got fog for a couple of seconds, and it meant he dodged, I believe, 2 beams out of that. You can hit one target up to 4 times, and he only got hit by it twice. He got hit by it twice, and then there was no Lucent Beam. There was no Lucent Beam either. Synderen got completely outplayed by S4 there. Nice one, as says Synderen, and that was some incredible play by S4. That was some very snap moment decision making as he manages to fog Synderen. And this is a Luna. You get increased night vision. You have that extra night vision, but S4 says, I don't need vision. I just need to deny your vision using these trees, using the fog, and he manages to do so successfully, and that's going to put Synderen in a tough position here. He needs to get that next rune. He had that one big chance there with that haste rune, but he's now finding himself. He's actually behind the level still. He spent so much time. I mean, while he went for that kill, he was out of lane, and it was S4 who managed to push out the creep wave. So S4 is still ahead as far as levels and farm goes, and this is good news for S4, who's now picked up some phase boots. He's up to 38 creeps with phase boots. What has Synderen gone for? Maybe some treads, I want to say. There we go. Courier comes out. Golden Greevel. Or, no, Voracious Greevel. What am I talking about? He's gone treads, as you'd expect. And I feel the mana regen from a Ring of Aquila would be a nice addition here. He's actually going to see a contest over the rune. It's not going to spawn, and this is problematic for Synderen because he has not got ultimate. S4 can just right-click him down. This could be the death of Synderen. Go Strength Threads. You need the Strength Threads here. Need that extra HP, otherwise you're not going to survive this. Phase Boot can just do so much damage here. He's not going to chase him. He decides that he doesn't know the ultimate cooldown, maybe. S4 is not a Luna player. Little does he know, this cooldown, 160 seconds. I think he was afraid of the ultimate. I honestly think he was maybe worried about a Luna ultimate there, but it was on cooldown for another 30 or so seconds. Maybe he was just happy knowing that he's going to be in a good position. Even if he doesn't get the kill, he gets the rune, he also pushes up mid lane. He's getting a bigger and bigger experience lead as Synderen only now going to hit level 7. And that's a big thing as well. That last time he went in with the ultimate, it was only a level 3 Lucent Beam. Your ultimate eclipse is based on how many points you have in Lucent Beam. So this extra point, it means his ultimate is going to do a lot more damage here. Problem is, getting close when a winner has phase boots is not going to be easy. S4 now with an Invis rune as well, so there's another escape mechanism. Synderen, Intel Treads, has decided, well, I've got to spam these Lucent Beams, to do so most cost effectively is to switch to Intel Treads, use the Lucent Beam, then go back to your Agi or your Strength Threads, whatever you want to use. Dust coming out. He's thinking that maybe he can sort of outplay S4. He knows there's an Invis rune. S4 just going to blow it. He doesn't care. He's not worried about the Invis effect. And Synderen, well, this Dust all but useless. He just bought Dust just hoping that S4... He knew he had to make something happen. He knows he's being out-farmed and sort of out-leveled here. So he says, okay, S4 may try use this Invis to do something sneaky. He may try look to go for a kill on me or run up my ramp. And then Synderen says, okay, I'll get some Dust and try get him out. But problem is he's now going to get shackled here. Synderen going to pop the ultimate. Problem is Creep Wave comes in. 80 HP or something for S4. Power Shot going to go through. Straight through Synderen. Down goes Luna. And, well, S4, he gets the first blood. A very, very well played one. 80 HP or so there. The magic one helping keep him alive. And Synderen now in all sorts of trouble as S4. He's going to find the 10-minute rune as well, it looks like. Illusion rune is waiting for him at top. And this tier 1 tower taking a lot of damage. And you have to get 2 towers to win, but just getting 1 tower can give you a big gold boost as well. I mean, that's... If it doesn't get denied, it's potentially about, what, 800-900 gold? I'm not sure exactly how it works in single-player mode. Maybe you get more gold for it than you would in a 5v5 game, since it's split between 5 people. But if that 5-way share goes all to one play, you could potentially get a ton of extra gold. We'll have to wait and see what happens if a T1 tower does go down. I'm not entirely sure of the mechanics there, but... Oh man, Winran is going for what looks to be a 4-star. Picks up the quarter... No, sorry, not 4-star. You don't need quarter-staff anymore for the 4-star. It's going to be an Oblivion Staff, so we're going to just see him go for, I imagine, Oblivion Staff and just something into an Orchid here. As Synderen takes a lot of damage. S4 knows he can't really be killed. The Eclipse well on cooldown now, and he doesn't have to worry about that coming off cooldown anytime too soon. As he's actually going to go back to base. That's also going to help him refill the bottle. No runes coming out for some time. He's happy just to throw everything he's got. As mentioned, 4-staff no longer uses quarter-staff. I'm teaching myself more than you guys. You guys are probably saying, well, duh. But quarterstaff basically, I mean, we're looking at Oblivion Staff, which is, we're not looking at a butterfly here. Basically, Oblivion, it's a good cost-effective item. You get the attack speed, damage, and intelligence, and also the mana regen. So it's an all-around great item here. Even if you don't get an Orchid at any point, it does a ton of, Synderen, big damage coming out. S4 almost goes for it there. The bottle heal comes in just in time as well as an additional salve here. Synderen almost actually has his salve cancelled. It will get cancelled by a right click here. S4 well, playing aggressive, and the reason why is because he's got those bottle charges, 12-minute runes coming soon. I mean, he went back and the rune didn't spawn. Synderen hasn't had time to find a rune, and S4 spamming out this creep wave is just going to be looking to go for the rune. He's actually going to go for a kill. Forget runes, he goes for the kill. He gets the second kill. S4 in... I don't want to say convincing. Synderen put up a good fight. Synderen had two big opportunities. At bottom, he had a kill. That should have been a kill. And at mid, he almost got the kill as well. The magic wand helping out S4. And S4 takes game number 1. He is on such a great streak, guys. We're going to be back soon with game number 2. S4 versus Synderen in a Fistful of Tangoes.